Natural sex enhancers. Exercise. First of all, you've got to exercise. If you don't exercise, you're just not going to have the same experience. You're not going to have the blood flow to be able to get the sexual organs to work as well anyway. You're not going to have the endurance and the ability to do things that are required when people make love. So you've got to be in shape. The better shape you are, the more enjoyable the sex life. You've got to take care of yourself. Smoking. Don't want to smoke. A lot of people think that smoking is damaged for love into the lungs. And yes, it is, but it's most damaging to the circulatory system. In fact, most smokers have some real circulation problems. The blood just doesn't get delivered and you can have a lot of numbness. You can have a lot of tissue damage, but the main thing is sex doesn't work because the blood can't be delivered because you've been smoking. Something to think about. Also, smoking makes your body more acid. In an acid environment, nitrous oxide, no things can't be made as well. That's an important thing. You can't perform the sexual act, male or female, if you can't get good blood flow, and you can't make nitrous oxide. It has to do with how the blood flow is to the genitals. It has to do with the whole response of the sexual act occur. It's not just about finding the right pill to take. He can't just take a pill and have a good experience. There's a lot of other things going on around that, but I did want to mention a few things that can help. One thing is chocolate. Now, I'm not talking about getting a lot of sugar or having an unhealthy amount of chocolate. You can even get some of these things out of the raw cacao, but chocolate in itself does help with sex. In fact, some people look at chocolate as a sexual experience, but it does affect dopamine levels. It does have some effect on amino acids. It gives you a sense of feeling good, being ready for sex. It can calm me down. It's an antioxidant, so chocolate can be helpful in the way of sex, but don't go ahead and eat a whole bar. It doesn't take very much. Again, there are natural things you can do. Coffee. It is a stimulant. We don't want to drink a lot of it. You don't want to be dependent on coffee to wake you up, but as a small stimulant, if you're about to do something physical, whether it's running around the block or have sex, it stimulates and wakes the brain up so that it can participate. And if you didn't know this by now, sex is a lot in the mind, so coffee can be helpful in making the whole sexual act something more enjoyable and getting people in the mood if your partner is falling asleep. Ginko. It's called Ginko. Ginko biloba comes from a tree, and the ginkgo is known for increasing circulation. Again, it can give a sense of alertness, help brain function, and also help function in the genitals, so a little bit of ginkgo can be helpful. Again, there are things that we can use that aren't as chancy as drugs or aren't as serious as trying to use drugs, but they can help in the whole act of sex. Remember, first of all, you want to take better care of yourself. Don't smoke, as we said. You eat a good diet so you're healthy. You want the body working well. Exercise, but these are a Maca. Maca is a substance that's known to give stamina and energy. And in the indigenous fields that you use it, it can help quite a bit with a sexual act. Sometimes it's simply just to help have somebody have more desire, because one of the more common things I'm finding in my practice these days is that people, although they may be able to go through the sexual act, almost have lost all of their desire or libido. So you need to have that component, or it's just not going to be an enjoyable act. Muira Puama. It's another herb that's always often found in supplements, and it is something that will help form a line female. It can help again with stamina, and it is known and has been proven to help with both desire for sex and a sexual act. Yohimbe, which is another herb. It enhances circulation. Again, it's considered a thermogenic. It will make you sweat if you take a lot. It's been known for many years to help with men who have erectile dysfunction, and we have to consider the fact that women need to be aroused as well, so some women can benefit from things like Yohimbe as an herb. It's added into many different over-the-counter preparations to help with sex. Again, these herbs can be helpful. They are not in themselves going to solve the whole problem. Tribulus terrestris. It's something a lot of bodybuilders use. It can help the body to stimulate more, understand, or die on, which is a precursor to Testosterone and raising the testosterone levels can be helpful in the way of libido and also just in the ability to do the sexual act, so we can do a lot of things that or use a lot of different herbs to help the whole process of having sex, not that it's just a process but we want to enhance and have enjoyment from it. We're one of the creatures that actually has sex for enjoyment. Dolphins, some other animals do the same, but for many animals it's just an act that's an instinct. It's over very quickly and really not done because there's any necessarily enjoyment. Humans seek out sex just for that fact. It's got nothing to do with reproduction, so you want to make it the best that you can. And you can do that through using some of these different herbs. Mostly you can do it by being in better health, and that's really the message I want to leave you with. If you want to enjoy sex, if you want your partner to enjoy sex, then take care of yourself by being healthier, then the sex can be very enjoyable.